Hey, aloha, y'all. I just thought of something that I think might be valuable for you. It's one of those ones where you don't know what you don't know, but sometimes you don't know what you know. In other words, I was speaking with a client of mine, and she was doing some great outreach. She's in the midst of a cool project. She's at the beginning of the project. It's very exciting, also a little scary. Like she's not so sure about it. So I said, "Okay, you've got this fire going, this creative project. How can we add some fuel to that?" So, well, one of the obvious answers was tell people about it, share your excitement and enthusiasm, what Steve Hardison would call speaking into being, right? Represented by the word abracadabra. The magician says, "This is magic, abracadabra," meaning through speaking, I create. So, her and I spoke, said, okay, great. She's going to do 14 outreaches in order to have 7 conversations. That's the aim. Wonderful. Then she came back. She's like, I hit a snag. What happened? She's like, well, one of the snags was I was going to tell my mother about this, and I want to, but I know what's going to happen with her is then she's going to give me a bunch of warnings. I said, oh, yes, of course, I understand. So here's the cool thing. In case this is not obvious, it is wonderful to frame the feedback you want. In other words, right? So, a couple of permissions in this process. One is, hey, we haven't spoken in a while, or maybe we spoke yesterday. I want to share this thing I'm really excited about with you. Would that be okay? Yeah, great. Most people will say yes. Then say, and actually, I'm going to do that, but I only want a certain kind of feedback from you. Like there's some things that I don't want right now, like criticism or suggestions or warnings or the problems you could see. Like all those things will be important at a certain point. I'm not ready for that though. Right now, what I want is just, and you could say whatever you want, but you might be like, I just want some encouragement, or you could tell me what you like or what you remember from about this, or it maybe if you know anyone I should speak with about this, right? And then important again, ask permission. Say, would that be okay? Get agreement. Don't just expect that they can or will do that. Again, most people at that point will say, yeah, sure, no problem, happy to. Because if you think about it, you're giving them a gift at that point, right? You're giving them a gift because most people want to help, right? And we don't always know how. So we think we're being helpful. Like when I moved to Spain many years ago, my mother, I told my mother I was moving to Spain. About 2 weeks later, I got an envelope like this full of newspaper articles about problems in Spain, the danger of Americans traveling abroad, blah, blah, blah. And for her, that was love. She wanted me to be safe, right? Of course, I got that. And I was 28 years old at the time. I was like, oh, come on, mom. Why do you got to be so discouraging? Took me a while to realize that was just her doing her best to love in the way that made sense to her. So whenever we solicit the feedback in a certain way, part of what we're doing is helping them to love us in a way that lands for us, that feels good. Now, of course, a rare few people will say, no, I'm not going to do that. I say, okay, cool, no problem. Thanks anyway. Right. So then what happens? You share your idea, your enthusiasm, your project with enthusiasm, right? How they respond, that's secondary. What is adding fuel to your creative fire is you speaking about it honestly, excitedly, enthusiastically. Then, right, whatever they say in response, especially and assuming it's like you asked for, your response, thank you, right? That's the main thing. Just thank you for it. It's a gift that you could share and they listen and know that you sharing that is also a gift to them because your enthusiasm, your excitement, your creation, what's that going to do for them? Well, we don't know. Very likely, though, it's going to inspire them, help them to want to be more creative, more declarative, more excited in their life, right? Go back to Marianne Williamson's, it's not our inadequacy, it's our greatness. I'm paraphrasing a bit, that scares us as we liberate ourselves from fear. so we automatically liberate others. All right. Last thing to say, and this may be obvious, I don't know, but in case it's not, when you speak something into being, when you abracadabra, when you say, this is what I'm creating, well, to maximize that creative power, which is already significant, to maximize that, right? Because what are you doing with that, by the way? When you say, this is what I'm creating, you're going from idea, thought to matter. You're taking something that's a vision or a dream, it's like a hologram, and from that, you're solidifying it, you're crystallizing it, bringing it into matter. So, to maximize your creative power with that, really useful to have solid integrity, right? To have incredible confidence. How do you get confidence? You do what you say. And every time we do what we say, what we learn is, I can trust myself. Guess who else is paying attention? The universe, God, right? Because noticing everything, that one says he's going to do that, but doesn't do it. Well, not so trustworthy. Why would this be any different? He's saying he's going to do this, but who knows? On the flip side, as we create that confidence, we do what we say, do what we think, then the universe plus ourself knows, hey, that one says it, does it, reliable, trustworthy. Again, the power of commitment. So the main thing for me to share with you today is about, it's cool to ask for feedback the way you want. It's a gift. It's useful. It's easy. You can do it. I hope this is helpful. Thanks so much for watching. See you later. Hello. Oh, and if you get any comments or questions, feel free to comment or send me a direct message. Thanks, y'all.